Welcome to Sociology Vibes, where we simplify challenging ideas into easy to understand insights. Today, our focus is on the sociological explanations of aggregates, categories, and groups. What do these concepts have in common, and how do they differ? In simple terms, these refer to the ways in which people are organized because they describe collections of people based on specific characteristics such as physical presence, shared traits, or social connections and identities. Each of these concepts helps sociologists study the social world and the social structure of society. In your daily life, understanding the definitions of an aggregate, category, and group can help you navigate social interactions in challenging situations and become more socially aware. So let's start with aggregates. Aggregates are spaces that people share but do not interact in a meaningful way. They do not share a strong connection, and they do not share an identity. They just happen to be in the same place at the same time. People might interact verbally or non-verbally in a formal, polite, or superficial manner, but nothing much beyond this. People waiting in line, crossing a sidewalk, sharing transportation like a bus or subway, watching a movie in a theater, shopping, and sitting in a waiting room are all aggregates. You could think of aggregates as strangers who happen to be together at a location by chance or circumstance without forming any social bonds. They are together temporarily and do not think of each other as a group. Aggregates and crowds are similar. However, sociologists point out that crowds are made up of people who have gathered with a collective intent and not by chance. Even though they might not interact, they still have an emotional collective experience together. Think of an aggregate as a passive gathering, while a crowd is an active gathering. For example, an aggregate is the line of people going through security to get into a sporting event, while the gathering of thousands of people cheering the sporting event is a crowd. Let's move on to a category. A category is people who share a characteristic but don't have to be in the same space or know each other. So, an aggregate is people sharing a location or space, while a category is people sharing an identity or a trait. A category is also not a group, but a classification of people based on some characteristic or trait like gender, race, social class, age, marital status, religious affiliation, college students, etc. For example, an aggregate is patients waiting in a doctor's office, while a category is people who have diabetes. Sometimes sociologists use terms aggregate and category interchangeably when they report research findings or analyze research data. For example, in a survey on healthcare, sociologists may refer to an aggregate of all of the survey respondents and survey categories of females and males or age categories. Categories help people understand how they relate to others in society based on shared traits such as age or occupation or some sort of a social status. For example, during a recession, becoming aware through news reports that younger people had higher unemployment rates when compared to older people might motivate a younger person to seek an internship or to increase their chances of employment. A sociological definition of a group is a collection of people, small or large, who interact regularly with one another and have some form of a relationship. Two people or a dyad is a group if they meet these conditions of regular interactions and a type of relationship such as partnership, friendship, marriage, etc. Group members have roles, a sense of belonging, norms or expectations for behavior, and a shared identity. For example, a sports team and people employed by the sporting stadium are groups. A sociology class, a family, a book club, neighbors, those are also groups. A group consists of regular interactions among at least two people with a shared identity. Groups and crowds differ because in groups, people share more personal interactions, which last over time and have defined roles or responsibilities. Crowds are temporary, situational, and interactions as a collective are quite brief. Sometimes students ask how subcultures differ from categories of people and groups. Subcultures are people who share a cultural identity. For example, in the United States, college students are a subculture because they share similar cultural values about education and engage in similarly culturally defined behaviors that we call norms. So let's put this all together. College students are a category due to their shared status of being college students. College students who are in the same sociology class at the same college are a group. College students who attend their college football game, part of a crowd where they temporarily come together with other people to cheer on their team, then disperse. College students waiting in line to use the restroom with other college football fans, part of an aggregate. College students attending class, taking notes, taking exams across the American society, part of the American subculture. So why do these definitions matter? Understanding these definitions allows us to see how people can be grouped or organized. This helps sociologists study society on a large scale when they group people based on categories, and on a small scale when they study interactions between people in their everyday lives. Our social awareness deepens as we find ourselves in different social environments and spaces. So now it's time to test yourself. Let's see if you can identify the terms covered in this video: aggregate, category, group, subculture, and crowd. So here we go. Two strangers drive up to a parking lot at a grocery store. Their shopping behaviors reflect their marital status. One is single and buys only essential groceries, while the other, married with a large family, is stocking up for the week. They both frequent the same health club as Pilates enthusiasts and signed up for an advanced Monday evening Pilates class. They start a conversation and discover their interest in training to run a marathon. Eventually, they register together for the LA Marathon, where they run the course with 25,000 people, cheered by thousands of onlookers. Did you get the key terms? Great job! And this makes sociology worth exploring further, don't you think?
Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment below with your thoughts, questions, or any topics you'd like us to explore next. Let's keep the conversation going and our community growing. See you in the next Sociology Vibes video.